carry him with her everywhere she went. Nobody else could take him. He would like seriously freak out. We had decided that we wanted a house, which meant I was going to have to go back to work. So we put him in daycare. When I would come get him at night, that kid was so mad. He was so mad. And I felt like he was like, how dare you make me stay here and leave me with somebody else? And so the second night when I went and picked him up and he was just being hysterical and nothing could calm him down, I was like, you know what? I can't do it. I'm done. If you want to go home, I'm done. And my husband looked at me and said, don't you dare tell him that. When I came home the next day after work to pick him up and my in-laws went to wake him up, he wasn't breathing. He was blue when I grabbed him, when I pried him out of my mother-in-law's arms and started CPR. When the paramedics arrived on scene, they assumed my mother-in-law was the mother because she was so busy freaking out and I was doing CPR. When we got to the hospital, the doctor said, she's like, what do you want me to do? He's been down like 20 minutes since you called 911. Even if I could bring him back, he'd probably be a vegetable. And I said, if it was up to me, I'd tell you to let him go. But my husband will never forgive me if I don't tell you. Do everything in your power to bring him back. My husband was at work. He had to be paged. He had to call his boss and make arrangements to leave the job site. He was on, and for the other guys on the crew to be picked up before he could come to the hospital. And he said later that the whole way there, all he thought was, I'll just give him a priesthood blessing and he'll be fine. This is a hospital we knew well. We'd lived there our whole lives. We'd all gone to it. He got lost in the hospital. He did not make it back to the emergency room part of the hospital until they'd already declared him dead and wouldn't let us in the room. And I was not upset. I was not upset enough for the social workers. I was not upset enough for the doctors. They did a whole police investigation because I was not upset. Because I wasn't upset. I'd known for his whole life that he wasn't going to stay here. And I gave him permission to leave. I wasn't really sure what there was to be upset about. And as my grandpa passed this week, and everybody's been hounding me to come to the funeral, and everybody's hysterical and sad, and my grandpa couldn't even remember who he was most days anymore. I'm not sad about that. I'm not sad that he's passed to the other side. And I don't know that I want to go to a funeral where everybody's sad and upset about it when I think it's a blessing. I mean, he was really bad off. And so having to talk to everybody last night while I was trying to read this lesson and hitting that part and getting hysterical every single time,